Hello again, fuckers and fuckettes. It's been a while. You might be wondering what I've been up to for the past month. Fucking working! Excuse me. Over the past couple of weeks, there has been an interesting chain of events that all started with one thing. A launch edition Sony PlayStation 3. The 7th generation of consoles was weird. The PlayStation 3 had more holes in it than Japanese hentai, wireless Wi-Fi on certain models, just about every single media type possible, and is practically a space heater. This thing's new cell processor is the star of the show. It had 8 simulated sub-processors that only a handful of developers actually used. Most just used the first cell and called it a day. On top of that, PlayStation 1 backwards compatibility on all models, and PlayStation 2 backwards compatibility on some models. They decided to raw dog their fans by taking out the PlayStation 2 compatibility in later PS3 models in favor of shitty PS2 classics that make you have to buy the same game again. That's why I'm fine with stealing from this company. The Xbox 360 looks like a chastity beta boy incel cuck in comparison. No wireless Wi-Fi and not even HDMI. The Wii wasn't any better. All it really could do is play your overpriced GameCube games and your Wish version ports. Mario Kart Wii is fire though. Sadly, somehow the Wii won the console war, so what do I know? Anyway, back in the day, my dad got a PlayStation 3 launch day, and I'll tell you what, this bad baby was an absolute juggernaut. As far as I could remember, it had most of the fan vents sealed shut with pulverized death. The fan always blared as if it were screaming to be put out of its misery. She was with us up until 2018, where she then gave us the yellow light of death and we put her out of commission. And, just like Jesus, was thrown into a tomb only to be resurrected approximately 4 weeks ago by the time this video is made. This bad boy baked like Willie Nelson for 5 years and then cold-booted like Michael Malloy showing up to the speakeasy after not consenting to hypothermia. By no means should this thing be alive. This Rasputin PS3, after making me almost cry from nostalgia, made me realize something. This thing is soon gonna die if left untreated. God has yet to take Jesus back into heaven, but he will soon. So I get to looking around and I find out 3 things. 1. There are 4 different types of PlayStation 3 GPUs, and only 3 of them are relevant here. 2. The one this PlayStation 3 has is almost 100% likely to fail. 3. These GPUs can be swapped with each other. So I'm looking around for someone to do it for me. And someone I did find. Perusing the interwebs, I came across a dude that would do this for me. While this is great, there is one slight issue. Very slight, actually. It's something that really only affects me, so, you know. This dude lives across the country from me, so I have to ship it to him. Great. I'm gonna be worrying about this thing sucking a fat bag of dicks on the ride up there. Nonetheless, obviously it arrives safe. God, I really am a pussy. Anyway, the repair on this is simple. I mentioned before, the GPUs of the console can be swapped out for a different one. Each of them are different sizes, and just like ancient Greece, the smaller ones are better. This one got a 95 nanometer GPU, which is more efficient and runs cooler. That means longer lifespan. I just need to make sure to do the usual de-deathify every so often, obviously. Fast forward a couple of weeks of absolute agonizing anguish, I got the thing back, and I'll tell you what, this thing fucks. This thing bangs. This thing lays pipe. This thing is so good that if it were an army, it'd be the Viet Cong. Oh yeah, and did I mention that she's worth $800 to $1,200 now? This overweight, relatively troglodyte might as well be whore with how many holes it has, whiny baby, will pay for my retirement one day. First thing I did was load up my copy of the best game ever made, Metal Gear Solid 3. I threw in the second disc of my subsistence copy and watched the goofy secret theater cutscenes. Oh, how nice it was to experience the game how I originally did. I also got the old GPU back. The practically mummified thermal paste felt like you could do drywall repairs with it. The only microscopic abrasions that this thermal paste was filling in was the empty promises in my soul. I don't know how to do a conclusion, so, I need a capture card. I've been doing most of my gaming on that PlayStation 3 recently. Really only been going to my PC to deliver democracy to planets with a concerningly small amount of oil, and to work on my 100% of Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. Now time to fade back into obscurity for a month or two while my job does the take the L dance on my grave. Oh, they'll defile my grave so much that it'll make G.G. Allen's hell-spawned soul projectile diarrhea all over Satan. So, toodles for now. My lifeless body will now photosynthesize like the end until my next crude awakening.